Poverty. It's a word that carries the weight of millions of lives, struggles, and hopes. Despite decades of progress, nearly 700 million people still live on less than $2.15 a day. But why is poverty so persistent? Which countries are the most affected? And are there success stories we can learn from? In this video, today we break down the global poverty trends and what they mean for the future. Let's start with the big picture. Extreme poverty has been declining for decades, but it's still a major issue. Latin America and Caribbean has the highest poverty rates, followed by Sub-Saharan Africa and North America. The Middle East and North Africa region saw a rise in extreme poverty due to conflicts and economic instability. Meanwhile, regions like East Asia and the Pacific and Europe and Central Asia have seen the greatest reductions in poverty rates. Among all the regions, poverty has affected some countries more than the others. Here are the top 10 countries with the highest poverty rates. South Sudan has the highest poverty rate of 82.3%, whereas Sierra Leone has the lowest poverty rate of 56.8%. These numbers mean that in some countries, more than half the population lives below the poverty line. The reasons? War, corruption, economic mismanagement, and climate disasters. But numbers alone don't tell the full story. Inflation, conflict, and economic slowdowns have made recovery difficult, especially after the pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war. Why does poverty persist? Poverty is often cyclical. People in poverty lack access to education, healthcare, clean water, job opportunities, and sanitation, which keeps them trapped in poverty. Weak governance and corruption can turn rich nations into poor ones. A history of colonization, wars, and unstable economies also plays a major role. In many cases, climate change and natural disasters worsen the situation, but there is still hope, as some countries have defied the odds and significantly reduced poverty. Nepal was one of the poorest countries, with a per capita income of just $220. But with peace accords and economic reforms, supported by the United Nations and various foreign governments, its per capita income subsequently grew more than fourfold, lifting it to middle-income status by 2019. Rwanda, once devastated by genocide, has transformed its economy. In 2000, its per capita income was just $270. Today, it's nearly 4 times that amount, thanks to policy reforms, international aid, promoting private enterprise, investment in education and tourism industry. Rwanda is now on the brink of middle-income status. So what's next? The next 25 years will be critical. The 26 poorest countries still house 40% of the world's extreme poor. Without urgent action, the dream of eradicating extreme poverty may remain just that, a dream. But change is possible. Through strong policies, global cooperation, and community-driven initiatives, we can continue the fight against poverty and build a future where no one is left behind.